Hi, friends, and welcome to the Family of One Child podcast. I'm for comment, and this is our space where we're learning, growing, and laughing together as we raise an only child. Each week, we talk about the real moments and the joyful ones, and the messy ones, and the ones that shape who our kids are becoming. If you're looking for encouragement and a community that gets it, you're in the right place. Let's get started. Woo! Hi, friends, and welcome back to the Family of One Child podcast. I'm here and I'm so glad you're here too with me today. We're talking about something that may hit home for you, might have bring memories back, or you're just going through this about being one and done parents. We're building a community for our children when the world may sometimes assume when you have siblings it means it automatically does the job. Like when you have dishes and you have a dishwasher, and you automatically think someone's going to put the dishes in the dishwasher, and bah humbug, sometimes it doesn't happen. What does that got to do with this topic today? Well, I want to talk about, how it goes the minute you have your child and you're done having kids, the bingo happens. And you're like, what bingo? Well, it starts rolling in like, when is the next one? Maybe people ask you straight away, when is the next one? You just can't have one. Your child will be lonely. Like they are rolling in with these comments. And you want to say, oh my word, back up. Hello, just calm your horses or calm your britches. Yeah, apparently. But did people ask me that? I honestly, maybe because I'm going through premenopause, I can't really remember if, and even if they did, I might have blocked it out, or probably I would have said, I don't know, probably, maybe not, maybe no, no, thank you. And my husband, he always said, you know what? Why? When he said about perfection, he was like, we already perfected our family, and pretty much it's none of your business. I don't know if we said none of your business. Maybe we gave that vibe like, we're happy, we're completed, let's move on. Thank you, Jesus. But for some parents, these comments are, they're not just annoying, they are a pain in the buttocks. And for some, it can hurt, like some of the mums. And one mum said those questions felt like a stab to the heart. Oh my goodness. And it was a constant reminder of heartbreak. People, and honestly, they can be so annoying. Like if I had a friend, and I probably did have, I don't know, and she said, I don't want people asking me. And I think it probably could be the opposite. Like one of my siblings have, quite a few children. And then they'll say, when are you going to stop? Like, hello, it's either when are you going to have more or when are you going to stop? And I'm sure in my life that I've either said one or both at one time in my life. I mean, hello, do I need help? I probably do. So I can't really be saying these about people because I'm sure someone in this world would have said, remember you said that to me? I'm like, oh my goodness, I apologize. So letting you know, some people are just going to say silly things no matter what. And maybe you've said it, or maybe you have friends who say it and they have well intentions, or your parents or some grandparents, they just, they love you. And sometimes people say it, but it's coming from a place of, it's okay that you don't want your child to be lonely, or it's okay you have too many children. I don't know. But, the weird thing is around about having one child, and I wouldn't say weird, it's like there's an unspoken rule that there's this thing that you have to have a sibling. But you know what? Having a sibling doesn't always guarantee that your child is they're going to be best friends. Like, just because you have multiple children doesn't mean they're all going to get along. I mean, I like to think that my siblings, if they're listening to this episode, that I am their best friend. But depending on who you ask, they'll be like, yeah, today you, but tomorrow you're annoying. So I don't know. And I'm sure there's some families who have siblings, multiple children, and they only see each other Christmas, Thanksgiving, or whatever. Or maybe they're siblings and they don't talk to each other. So just because you have someone says, "Oh, you have an only child," and if they have a sibling, they're never going to be lonely. I'll be like, excuse me, that is such a myth. That doesn't always happen. So I would really tell that person, what would I say? I mean, have I had that situation where someone has said that to me? I probably have. And if they have said it, I probably say something like, whatever, in my mind. Or if someone had said that to me now, she's going to be lonely. I'm thinking, yeah, I don't think so. The way my child's, her community, and she is well loved. She has loving family, grandparents, cousins, friends. She's okay. And at the end of the day, as she grows up, she needs to be responsible of building and rebuilding her community. I mean, each person, as they grow, as they get older, you have to be the one to build it. If you want to be a friend, first be a friend to yourself and then be a friend to others because it helps. If you're listening to this, be a friend to yourself. So I just want to let you know that. Okay, so before I go on any further, I just want to also say when my daughter was a toddler, I remember the days, they were basically when we would go into the library, the park, the library, the zoo, then back to the park, then the park. You get my drift. There were only certain activities. And I was thinking, oh my goodness. I mean, I love those moments going to the park, the zoo, the park, library, park, zoo. But going to these zoos, I swear that I totally put more money into the community of the zoo. Like I funded like a safari truck or or like I actually bought a giraffe with first class. I mean, with the amount of money that we went to the the zoo, and then we went to the petting zoo in our local area so much. The people knew us. I mean, that's how much. And there were other people, other families, other mums who did the same thing. So they were there so much. If they needed help, I think there was one time this lady, she was helping feeding one of the animals and she was very hands on. I think a monkey escaped or something. One of the animals got out. It wasn't like an exotic animal. I'm not saying it was a monkey, but an animal got out and she was able to get it back. And I was like, "Oh, do you work here?" And she was like, "No, I'm one of the regular visitors that come here so often. I just know how to get them back in the cage." And I was like, oh my word, you and me both. I come here so often. I just walk in and then they're like, yeah, it's okay. Pay me later or something like that. I mean, it got ridiculous. And that's why, and I loved it, but I wanted something more. I felt like, oh my gosh, she's two. So by time for us to keep doing this till she's five, I needed more to learn, to explore, and discover new things in our community. And I wanted her to do the same with me. And doing that, I wanted her to meet new friends because these activities we were mostly doing it ourselves. Yes, we were going to the library, but then, you get into the groups, and depending on the activity, you're just there and leaving, or you start if you have the personality, I'm an extrovert. So I'm like, hi, how are you? Good to see you. And then some of the mums, because depending on the time with multiples or whatever their schedule was with their only child, they had naps, they had snack time, they had other appointments. So you would just go in and leave and go in and, but you wanted to do more. I wanted to do more and do things. So then I created a group for her and I. And then so I build this other group called Little Local Adventures, where her and I could build friendships, and she would have children her age where she would get to know and learn and grow with me because I wanted her to learn it with me. And then I will get to know mums and families as well. But sometimes I notice, like when we would go to the park too, this mom puts it in a really cool way. She said, sometimes that only kids may get left out. For example, she says she said children with a sibling or multiple siblings sometimes don't want to play with the other only child at the park because the family, they just want to play with each other. The siblings just want to play. And so I remember, I mean, I don't remember exactly, but I know there has been some situations where, you know, Olivia would have walked up to a sibling group and, maybe they didn't play with her or they didn't include her. And I maybe there'll be other times where the group was already like they already had a history together. Maybe they're in the same gymnastic group and then that group went to the park and then her and I like, oh, there's a group of girls playing and they're similar her age and I don't really know the mums. So we will walk up together and we'll be like, "Do you want to? Is it okay if they play with, She's like, "Can I play with you?" I think I remember that, and the girls were like, "Yeah, okay." So when it came to playing tag, for example, oh my goodness, I remember those times. Most times, either she will be the one that has to chase everyone around, or no one will chase her. And so I remember those moments. So sometimes she had to learn, like, oh, I wish I had a sibling or wish I had my friends because sometimes, in those moments, she was left out or they ignored her. And then the mama and me, like, Mama wing mode, wing. I'm going to now build that around you where you will have your friends around. And there is going to be moments where, sorry, it just happens. Not everyone's going to always play with you. And those are horrible, but even adults. I mean, hello, I remember when we were at the park again and we were going and we were by the swings or somewhere and there was a mom, she was on her phone and she was just doing her thing, probably watching a movie, I don't know, maybe YouTube or something. And her daughter was playing and then my daughter wanted to play with her daughter. So they were playing together really nice. And I wanted to talk to someone. Can you believe that? Yes, I want to talk to someone. So I'm introducing myself to the mom, and she's very polite, but her language is like, I don't want to talk. And I'm like, okay, I'll say my name louder and I'm going to follow you. So she moves a little bit away from me to indicate, okay, I really just want to be by myself. And I took it to be like, oh, she wants me to be with her. Now, how embarrassing is that? So, what do I do? What does your friend for do? For that I get closer to her. So to let her know, oh, we can be friends. Why can't we be friends? Yeah, she was like, no, no, thank you. So she starts moving away from me. And I'm like, okay, I think because I followed her so close, where she is not looking at, she's shoulders away, and I'm like talking to the back of her here, and she's not turning around, but she still can see her daughter. She does still mind that my daughter playing. I realize, yeah, I think she's saying, please move. So even I had been ignored. Can you believe that? And I'm okay with that now. It's okay. So I told my daughter, some days are better, some days are not. You gotta be okay with it. Oh my goodness, the things I do, I tell you, the things this person does to understand, move it along. So even one mom said that she was super introverted, but she faced her fears and she actively pursued making some mom friends because she didn't want to sabotage her introverted kid. So she was like, I got to do it. I got to get out and face my fears. Yeah, because like I said, if you want to be a friend, you got to like be a friend to yourself and then go and get a friend. See that? Yeah, you got to. This is the only way. So she literally took him out every day, her child, and talked to everyone until he had a little community on his own. So that's what you got to do. You got to talk to friends, moms. You got to be out there, introduce yourself. It is scary, and remember, it's not always going to happen. I mean, hello me, that lady. She was like, talk to my hand, but she turned around and really like talked to my head, and I'm like, okie dokie, because obviously I didn't get it the first time, did I? Nope. Okay, so I felt like that mum too. I felt like I wanted to be the wing mama, and I am good being a wing mama. I am. So I wanted to help, just like the mum who helped build the community around her son and helping him and introducing. I wanted to do that for my child and build friendships. But I didn't want to force it because, look, if you start forcing friendships, it does not open doors. You just end up speaking to the hand or someone's here at the back. So that's a tip. Don't force it. Just build it, relax, have fun, learn, and grow. There you go. Okay, before we jump into the next part, I just want to say a quick hello to my amazing listeners. Moms, you who are tuning into the last episode, I say hello, and it's always good to see where you are listening from. It makes a great difference. Not great. Oh my goodness, a great difference. So thank you for supporting. So I want to say a shout out to my listener in Elkhart, Indiana, Albion, Indiana, Simsbury, Connecticut. Woohoo! Indianapolis, Indiana, and Auckland, New Zealand. You all are amazing. And I want to thank you each time you listen to this podcast. It really encourages me, and I just want to honor your time. So thank you very much. And then also remember my book, The Period, is out. Now, I'm excited about letting you know about this book. It's actually available. So I will send you a link. This book is a gentle conversation starter. So if you have a child who's between 8 and 12 years old, and you are a mom that needs a support of how do you talk about the topic of a period? How do you go about it? Like, or maybe you're the mom that said, I'm fine, I don't need the help. But if you're the mom says, I just need something to start the conversation, I have created, it's a really simple read. It's about a 2-minute read. It has simple t- illustrations, and also it has like a little journal in the middle, and then it also has the a coloring section where you can color, your child can color in the back as well. So yes, you can get it. You can go on Amazon. There's the link for you to purchase the book. And remember, or another cool thing is, here I am giving away 9 copies. So 9 copies. If you want a copy, email me or text me and say the period book for me. The period book for me. Text me and tell me why do you like listening to the podcast. Give me something, a positive feedback, and then I will send this book to you. I will reach out to you and you will get a free copy, and it will be shipped out to you too. So let me know. First 9. So first 9 listeners. So okay, what else? If I didn't mention your city, it's because before I recorded the podcast before you listen. But don't worry, the next time you listen to the last episode, I will get you. Okay, so let's get going. So, okay, here's another one I want to share about. What about the mommy friend trap? You're like, what mommy friend trap? When you try to force your kid to be friends with your friend because they have a child, and it's like, okay, well, my friend has a friend. I mean, has my friend has a child, and you guys will get on well, but they don't. I mean, it just doesn't work. And so I remember there were quite a few. There were some situations where my mom friends, they had children. Some were multiple, some were only one, but it just didn't work out. Like she is not having a good time. Now, yeah, some could say, well, she doesn't always have to have a good time. No, but eventually I'm like, okay, she's asking when are we gonna, how long we're gonna be there, when are we gonna leave? And even the kids, my friend's kids, she's like, they're not even playing. You know, it's just not working out. So then I realized, okay, I I need to be okay that there's going to be friends that are not going to be her friends, and she's going to have her own friend. And I truly had to be okay that sometimes moms just don't click. Like there are sometimes situations where she had a friend, and then her mom, she was like, oh, mom, she has a friend, and maybe you can get together and talk. And so she's trying to set me up with the mom so she can meet with her friend often. And we tried that. I mean, I tried that, but it just did not gel between the mom and I. Now, we were polite, but the more we talked and stayed in the same room, it was like, caca, caca, or I mean, it was nice, but it just didn't click. And I was thinking, like, man, I could be at home doing the, like, literally doing the dishes. And I'm thinking, man, if I want to go home and do the dishes, this has got to be something. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's like I could be doing something else. I could be going doing the shopping. I really don't want to be here talking to another mom. And I'm sure the other mom's thinking, when is she going to leave so I can just go about my time and our kids can just play? So sometimes, you know, in that situation where your child is trying to set you up with the other mom, it's okay to let that go and just be like, it's okay. It's your friend. The mom said that I can just drop you off here and you can play at their house, or you can be together. The mom will look after you, or maybe the friend comes over here. Because I remember I was like, okay, I would just cancel the play date. I would cancel the hangout. I was like, no, we're not going. And I started making excuses. It's only because I didn't know how to tell my child, I don't want to see the parent. I don't want to see the mom. I just like, oh my goodness. Where I could have just said, can I just drop you off at her house, or your friend can come over here, and that's okay. I don't know. You got to find the vibe that works for you, right? And so one mom said, seek out her friends independently, like joining club bases on her interest, not on mine, which is good. Yeah. So I love it that the mom here is saying pretty much she is looking for friends around her daughter's interests, because friends of my interests are totally different from Olivia's. Like my daughter, she loves like horses and she loves animals and she likes to go to Sephora. And I'm like, okay, so I guess if I was to find moms like that, I mean, I wouldn't mind, but I'm like, oh, I don't know. I guess what kind of mom friends I want, I don't know. It's probably like, do they even want to be my friend? I'm a good friend. I think I'm an amazing friend. But do I have things to work on? You betcha. So that means stepping into new spaces, like maybe your child loves dance classes, arts, clubs, sports, library, meetups, whatever your child likes. I mean, that's where you got to go and work at it. I know it, and it means more working at it, more planning, and more emotional energy. But you know what? When you find your kids' community and you help build it and rebuild it and build it and rebuild it, because you've done it yourself. I had to do it myself. Over the many years, I had to learn to extend and build my community, because I go through different stages in life, go for new careers and new locations, and me just moving from one country to another. I had to learn to build and rebuild build and rebuild. And this taught my daughter, and it's teaching her as she's seen me do it for myself and now for her in the different stages. It helps her to learn how to do it herself. Okay, so before I leave, I just want to encourage you that you are doing the best you can with the time that's given, with the resources you have. You know, you're raising your child the best for you. I mean, you are the best mom for your child, and you're the best wife for your husband. And you so amazing. So I hope you're telling this to yourself as you are building friendships, you're building and you're having to rebuild your community. I want to continue to encourage you that it's going to be okay. Some days are good and some days are better. But I just want to let you know that as you, and maybe sometimes you're going to hear like a silly comment when someone says, "Oh, one and done. Hello, she's going to be lonely." And I don't know what you do with that. You can either let that person know and say, "Mind your own business," or just say, "Oh, whatever comes to you." But just letting you know, you are amazing. You truly are. And so I just want to say to you all, wing mamas out there, keep going, keep building your village, isn't it? I mean, that's what it is. It's all about you are going. I mean, you're creating your community. And that's what I love it. I mean, for me, creating and recreating my community changes because my interest changes. It just means that some of my friendships, like from when I was in elementary or primary, I have they have grown with me right up to now, and I'm going to be 50. And some of them friendships, it changes because people move, people have families, we all have different schedules. So each, for me, community looks different. And now with my daughter, the little local adventures, that group, some of them, we're now, some of them were homeschooled and they all have different schedules, and some of them have moved as well. But when I see them, I say hello, but we don't see them as often because our interest has changed, and she has moved into a school and she has a different schedule. But when we see each other, we say hello, and some of them we still get to know and we see once in a while. So it's okay when you start, but I want to encourage you. Sometimes it's going to be there for a season. As long as you know what you're building your community for and you contribute to it, the community. And when I mean contributor, you're being a wonderful friend as well. You're giving back what gives to you. And you truly are, like, because you're listening, I just want to know you're an amazing friend, and you are doing so much to help raise your child to be the best they can with the resources you have, with the time that is available. So please be gentle on yourself, moms. So I want to say thank you for listening to the podcast, The Family of One Child, and for getting this book, and for subscribing and liking this podcast. Okay, get yourself a copy of The Period. There's gonna be a link on Amazon. Get it today. Bye.